Today, I'm going to show you a super useful trick how to lock folders on your Windows PC, completely for free and without any subscriptions or paid software. If you have important files or folders that you want to keep private and secure, but you don't want to buy specialized software, this is the perfect solution for you. We'll be using WinRAR to get this done. You may already know WinRAR for compressing files, but it also has a built-in feature to set passwords on folders, so let's jump right into it and get your folders locked up. Let's begin with one of the most efficient and totally free ways to protect and lock folders on your PC, using WinRAR. WinRAR is widely known for compressing files, but it also has a lesser-known feature that allows you to secure and password protect folders. Whether you want to protect personal files or restrict access to confidential documents, this method provides an effective solution without requiring you to pay for additional software. In this guide, we'll walk you through each step in depth to make sure you know exactly how to protect your files and understand what's happening along the way. The first step in this process is making sure that WinRAR is installed on your computer. If you're already familiar with it, you might already have it installed. However, if you don't have it, no worries. Just visit the official WinRAR website and download the application from there. WinRAR is available as a free trial, but here's something that many users appreciate: although it says trial software, the core functionality remains accessible without needing to pay for it. After a certain period, you might start seeing a pop-up message saying, "Your free trial period has ended." This is WinRAR's way of reminding you that it's technically a trial product, and they encourage you to purchase it. However, if you simply click the close button on this message, you can continue using the app. This feature has allowed many users to enjoy WinRAR services for years, even if they haven't paid for a license. Now that you've opened WinRAR, let's move to the next step. Look for the option that says Add to Archive. Clicking on this option. After clicking on Add to Archive, a pop-up window will appear. At first, this might seem like a standard compression window, but there's more here than meets the eye. At the top of this window, under the General tab, you'll see an option labeled Archive Name. By default, this name will reflect the original folder name, but if you want, you can change it to something else. Why would you want to do this? Well, changing the name can add an extra layer of discretion, especially if you're concerned about someone seeing the folder name and trying to open it out of curiosity. Giving the archive a more generic or nondescript name might help deter others from attempting to access it. Just next to the archive name box, there's a Browse button. This option allows you to select a specific location on your computer where you want this protected archive to be saved. This can be helpful if you want to keep your secure folder in a particular directory or on a specific drive. For example, you might want to store it in a folder dedicated to personal stuffs. If you don't have a strong preference, that's totally fine. WinRAR will simply save it in the same place as your original folder by default. In the Archive Format drop-down menu, you'll see options like RAR, RAR4 and ZIP. For our purposes, make sure you select the RAR format. After selecting the archive format, we're ready to move on to the essential step of setting up the password. This is where we actually apply the security features that will lock this folder and make it inaccessible to anyone who doesn't have the password. In the same pop-up window, locate the Set Password button and click on it. Doing this will open a new dialog box where you can enter the password you want to use. Avoid using simple or common passwords like 1234 or password. Instead, opt for a combination of letters, numbers, and even special characters if possible. Some people find it helpful to use a passphrase rather than a single word, as this often provides better security and is easier to remember. Once you've entered your password, WinRAR will ask you to re-enter it for confirmation. This double-entry system ensures that you don't make any typos that might lock you out of the folder later on. After entering the password twice, you'll see an additional option labeled Encrypt File Names. It's essential to check this box because this adds a valuable layer of security. With this option enabled, anyone who tries to access the archive without the password won't be able to see the contents or even the names of the files inside. This means that all information within the folder, including the folder structure, is hidden from view until the correct password is entered. Once you've confirmed the password and enabled file name encryption, click OK to save your settings. you'll be taken back to the main window where we can proceed with selecting files. To continue, go to the ribbon at the top and click on the Files tab. Here, under Files to Add, you'll see an option called Append. This is where we'll add the contents of the folder you want to protect. Click on the Append button, then navigate through your computer until you find the folder you selected earlier. Once you locate it, select it and click OK. This action adds the files into the secured archive, effectively locking them inside and preventing access without the password. With everything set up, all that's left is to finalize the archive. In the main window, after you've added the files you want to secure, go ahead and click OK. WinRAR will now create an encrypted archive that contains your selected folder. You'll see this new archive appear in the location you specified earlier. Now, if you go to this folder in File Explorer and double-click on it, you'll be prompted to enter the password you created. If the password is entered incorrectly, access will be denied, ensuring your files are safe from prying eyes. You've successfully created a locked, password-protected folder using WinRAR. But here's a critical thing to remember: the original folder remains on your computer unless you delete it. This means that while the new archive is protected, the original version of the folder is still accessible without a password. To complete the protection process, make sure you delete the unprotected original folder. By doing this, you're left with only the password-protected WinRAR archive, which ensures that anyone trying to access those files will need to know the password. Another helpful tip is that you can repeat this process to protect multiple folders, and you can even use different passwords for each one if you want an extra level of organization and security. WinRAR allows you to manage each locked archive individually, which gives you flexibility in managing secure files across your computer. For instance, you might want to use one password for personal photos, another for work documents, and so on. This approach gives you control over your security without compromising convenience. Congratulations! You're now equipped with the tools to secure any folder on your PC completely for free. If this helped you, ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our future tips on PC and phone security. And hey, if this trick amazed you, you might also love the video on the left that dives into how to get Telegram Premium for free. See you there, and thanks for making it to the end.